Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me here today at Re-Ritten Vintage Homestead. It's a work day today and it's a hot one out here. So I'm gonna give you guys a tour of what we've done so far on expanding the garden and our plans, what we're working on. But today I have a whole lot to do, so I thought I'd bring you along with me. And with Marshall, he's around here somewhere. There he is. Marshall, you wanna say hi? Huh? And my grand dog, Shaq, there he is. I call him Manoli, the little badger. But got a lot of work today and it's hot, so I've got tons of sunscreen on. One of my subscribers was worried that I wasn't, that I needed to wear gloves out in the dirt. And so I want you to know I'm going to be wearing my gloves today. I've got my sunscreen on, and we're going to get her done though, because this doesn't stop for anybody, right? If we want to be as self-sufficient as possible, we have to get out there and work. So let's go. So the strawberries I planted this year are called Sunkissed, and they're an ever-bearing strawberry. And these strawberries already had big berries on them when I bought them, so I was able to taste them, and they are delicious. They're supposed to produce all through the summer, so we shall see. But something that we did this year was we expanded our strawberry bed. I'll take you over here and show you. This was last year's bed, and it's looking good. It's looking good this year. It's got some blooms on it. They look nice and healthy. I've been trying to keep them thinned out. If you keep them thinned out, you'll have a bigger berry. Oh, here's a little one. Isn't that pretty? Yep, so I've been trying to keep them thinned out and keeping the runners cut so that I get bigger berries this year. I just wish they would produce at the same time. Maybe that comes after a few years of them growing. But you can see we expanded that a lot. So it's a really big bed now. I'm excited about that. And to the right of that, we've expanded, getting ready for our chickens. And we won't get those this year, we'll get those next year. But this is where their run is gonna be. Their coop will be right down at this end. It'll be enclosed to keep the hawks and the critters out. And then they'll be able to free range when we're out here with them. But yeah, we're getting it together, and this is where the chickens will be, right next to the strawberries. This plot is our Indian corn plot. And I think we ended up with getting in 10 rows of Indian corn here. And at the end of the rows, we have honeydew melon for all of our honeydews who like melon. I don't. But a good friend of ours loves melon, but the deer keep getting his. So we're going to give this a try and see if we can grow it here without much problem. But this is the Indian corn plot. And over in that corner, this is where we're going to put our bees when the bees come in. So we tilled this area up in the corner, and we're going to get milkweed and wildflower. They will have a lot of shelter here from the forest right behind them. So that'll help in the wintertime, keep them nice and warm. And we're going to put them right over here behind the shed in this spot. They should be happy there. And then I'll show you the all of the flowers and the habitat we've been working hard to get ready for them. We've really expanded our bee. There's our bee barn. Our bee and our butterfly habitat here at the end of the garden. I was so excited that our milkweed, this is swampweed, came back up. We have 3 of those, and they're looking great. They're going to get tall, and they're going to produce some beautiful flowers that the butterflies are attracted to. Over here by the shed, I have my cucumber fence and my cucumbers lined up. I have rhubarb at this end. This is new, so it won't produce this year. But this one already has. And as each year goes on, they'll just keep spreading. I've got wildflowers that I've planted that are coming up different patches throughout. This is called lupine. It was beautiful about a week ago, really tall. Look at my hollyhocks this year. Last year, they were kind of skimpy. The ones that bloomed were gorgeous, but this year they're really, really spreading, and I can't wait to see what colors they are. I really want this one to produce. This is my Watchman. It's black, and that's the kind of hollyhock that Thomas Jefferson had at his home. I've got wildflowers coming up here. They're all marked by little flags. I've made sure that all of the plants that I planted are bee or butterfly attractors. My peonies are really getting ready to bloom and nice and tall. It's my little Shasta daisies. You know, it won't be long. I'm going to have so many different kinds of flowers out here that I'll be able to make beautiful arrangements for my house. Here's some more wildflowers coming up. I've got a mum coming up. I've incorporated hanging baskets out here too to add a little height. Wildflowers. Look at these. Coneflowers. More mums. Daisies. And for my number 1 fan, I've got my elderberries here. That's Ruth. And that's Esther. And they look pretty good. So you can see it's grown, and it's going to be beautiful. Probably right around July, everything will be blooming and gorgeous, and boy, won't the bees be happy and the butterflies. This afternoon I'm going to put a water source here. That's really important that they have access to water fairly close. Over here, I have my row of zinnias. All kinds of peppers. All kinds of cabbages, red and green. Cherry tomatoes. I have okra and zucchini. Lots of zucchini for stir fries and bread. More peppers over here. My son wanted yellow peppers this year, banana peppers, so I've got a lot of those. Cabbage. More hanging plants. And I've got melons over here. It's a different type of melon. I don't remember the name. Let's see. Oh. Nope. I don't have them marked, but it's a melon. This year we put up cattle panels for our tomatoes. I can't remember how many tomatoes we put out, you guys. There's a bunch. Last year I didn't have enough for everything I wanted to do. But the tomatoes are here. The cattle panels were fairly easy to put up, actually. And I tell you what, I could not believe the price of tomato cages this year. I had to get a couple. They were $10.98. If you get the ones that are just wire, they'll only last you one season. So I've been trying to get the coated ones, and oh my gosh, when I saw how much those were, I was so glad I put up panels and invested in those this year. And then there's another look at the chicken run. That'll be next year. We'll get those little chicks. And the strawberry bed. I'm going to be planting here. I've got 3 rows of green beans that are in. I'm going to add 2 more rows. Then I'm going to put in my sweet potatoes and my potatoes. So I still have work to do. But it's the garden just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more fun. Oh, I've got blueberries over here next to my strawberries. I have to walk over this way, you guys, so you can see. There we go. I think I have 3 blueberry plants. Trying to keep the berries together. I always make sure I have marigolds scattered throughout my garden for a couple reasons. One, they help me know when I've started a different type of plant. So like my green cabbage will go for a while. Then I'll have a marigold. And then I'll go into the red cabbage. Then I'll have a marigold. Then I'll go into the peppers. So that way I know I'm changing plants here. And also, too, they help to repel some insects. So they're great companion plants to have in your garden. So I have a lot of marigolds out here, too. But you guys, I can't wait to see this when it's in all its glory in about another month and a half. It's a home for the bees, for the butterflies, to feed my family, and probably some deer. But oh well. to show you guys this handy gadget my dad invented to help plant seeds. It's a PVC pipe. Okay. Then he cut like this sickle out of a piece of wood. It's marked here for 1 inch. So if they tell you to plant 1 inch deep, you'll know how deep you are. He's got it marked 1 inch, 5 inch, and then it goes to 12 inches here. Marshall decided he'd try to dig up some beans. Get out of there, Marshall. And then it has a point at the end to help you make a mark if you need to. So, let me stand it up here. We used this to plant all of our Indian corn, and boy, was it handy. So if I start here, then I'm going to drop my seed in the top. I can make a mark here at the bottom, so I'll know where to set my pipe the next time. And I know these are going to be exactly 12 inches apart. And I'll mark again, drop my seed. Now, isn't that handy? I need to be on Shark Tank with this. See if we can get some of these manufactured, because it made it a lot easier. I never had to bend down. Just stick the seed in the top. This week, I started my vacation, so I'm on vacation for a week, and I've been spending that time trying to finish my garden and some home projects that I really have wanted to do that I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to do. But the week before this week, I started working from home on doctor's orders. So he has been concerned with me going into work every day and being around. If I would touch a bathroom stall door, water fountain or faucet, a table or something where someone has had been sick and there's germs. So this is a different way of life for me now. I mean, I can still be around people if I'm outdoors, preferably outdoors. And I've been wearing a mask if I have to run into town for something. And at first I was so upset about working from home because I was afraid I'd feel isolated, but it's been really nice having my garden here and you guys, where I can come out and think and pray and relax and talk and feel like I'm still talking to my friends. And it ended up being a good thing. I had blood work done last Wednesday, and no sooner did the test results come in then my phone was ringing, and it was my doctor's office. And they said, "How are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Oh, I feel good. I've had a good day." "Okay, well, are you running a temperature?" And no, I'm not running a temperature. I feel fine. "Why?" "Well, your neutrophils are really, really low, and there was something else that was really, really high. I don't know what. And so your doctor thinks that you have an infection, or the start of an infection somewhere. And so if you start to run a temperature, you need to get to the emergency room right away. Don't think that it's just the flu, or just a bad cold, or just a sinus infection. You make sure you get to the emergency room and you tell them about your leukemia, so that they can find the source of the infection." Well, of course, that was nerve-wracking, but I've not run a temperature, and I've been feeling good. They switched my oral chemo medicine. I've been doing well with it. I haven't had headaches. I haven't had the nausea that I did, but I've only been on it a week. So, but I'm hopeful about that. And so even though I can't be around people like I was, groups of people like I was used to, running here and there like I'm used to, I have created a place where I do feel safe, and I can have company. We can sit outside here on my picnic table close to my beautiful garden and visit. And I keep busy, and I still feel productive, and I can still do my job from home. So I'm so grateful for my boss and the people that I work with, that they're letting me do this, until I get my immune system built back up, or, until my doctor, whatever he recommends. But also, you guys, I need to be honest. I was one of those people after the pandemic. If I saw someone with a mask on, I was very critical. I'm sorry. I was very critical. Oh, they're just sorry that the pandemic is over. They like hiding, from society. They don't like interacting with other people. They like attention. I mean, they're liberal. You guys, I was like, not very forgiving. But now that it's me, I understand that, you may not know what's going on the inside. There may be something, a health issue that you can't see outwardly, that is going on inside, where wearing a mask has been recommended by their doctor. And, I was one of those too that said they don't do any good. And I still don't think they do much good. But, you doctors are better trained than we are, so we have to do what they say. So don't be like I was. And if you see someone with their mask on, don't be critical. You don't know what they're dealing with, and they may have a health issue that warrants it. So it's another lesson in life that I learned, and that's to try to be more graceful and less critical. Whew. So I'm sorry I look like such a hot mess, you guys. But it's been a full day out here in 80-degree heat, working out in the garden and out in the yard all day. But I wanted to tell you thank you for watching and joining me, and I wanted to welcome my new subscribers. I've got some new ones again this week. I think people really like the cooking videos and the Sunday side dishes, which are so fun to do. And I have so many in my cookbook to choose from, so you'll be seeing a lot more of those. But I wanted to thank you for watching, and I wanted to thank God for this beautiful day that I had today, and that I felt good today, and I was able to get a lot done, and that I have all of you and all of my friends and wonderful work family. And I hope you take some time out this evening to thank God for everything you're thankful for as well. And have a great week, and come back and see me.